Once upon a time, in a peaceful village near a deep forest, there lived a sweet little girl who always wore a bright red hooded cape. Everyone called her Little Red Riding Hood. One sunny morning, her mother gave her a basket filled with warm bread, cakes, and honey for her sick grandmother who lived across the forest. Before leaving, her mother warned her, "Stay on the forest path and never talk to strangers." Little Red Riding Hood happily walked into the beautiful forest. Birds were singing, butterflies danced in the air, and sunlight shined through the trees. As she walked, a hungry wolf secretly watched her from behind the bushes. The wolf stepped onto the path and spoke kindly. "Good morning, little girl. Where are you going?" Innocently, she replied, "I'm going to my grandmother's cottage near the river." The clever wolf smiled and said, "Why not pick some beautiful flowers for your grandmother?" Thinking it was a wonderful idea, Little Red Riding Hood went deeper into the forest to gather flowers while the wolf quickly ran toward the grandmother's cottage. The wolf knocked on the cottage door. "Who is it?" asked the grandmother weakly, pretending to be Little Red Riding Hood. The wolf answered softly, "It's me, grandmother." As soon as the grandmother opened the door, the wolf rushed inside and locked her safely in a closet. Then he wore her clothes, climbed into bed, and waited for Little Red Riding Hood. Soon, Little Red Riding Hood arrived at the cottage carrying flowers and the basket of food. When she entered the room, she noticed something strange about her grandmother. "Grandmother, what big ears you have! All the better to hear you with," replied the wolf. "Grandmother, what big eyes you have! All the better to see you with." "Grandmother, what big teeth you have! All the better to eat you with," shouted the wolf as he jumped out of the bed. Little Red Riding Hood screamed in fear. Luckily, a brave woodcutter passing near the cottage heard her cries. He rushed inside and scared the wolf away deep into the dark forest. The woodcutter rescued the grandmother, and Little Red Riding Hood hugged her tightly with tears in her eyes. From that day on, Little Red Riding Hood learned an important lesson: always listen to your parents and never trust dangerous strangers. The end.